Hello and welcome back to the Council of Goatmen. We're back playing Crimson Gray. We left off here where we're dangling off the edge of a building and the famous Coldplay song is playing. So,
I don't even know what fucking song that is.
I
think it's Cox.
don't know.
But I could be entirely wrong.
Oh, I skipped past whatever that said. Hold on.
I think you went back.
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure you went back.
Let me just here. I can just literally pull up the load. Nope. Hold on. I just saved over it by accident. I meant to hit load, and instead I saved over it. Hold on. Can I go back? Okay, hold on. I got it. Here we go. We're back. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. At that moment, Lizzie lunged forward, insanely fast, and grabbed his wrist. Impossibly, she held him up. Her body was thin, yet somehow she had stopped his fall and held him up with one hand. Her eyes held a mixture of unstable fear and twisted desire. In that moment, he knew with absolute certainty that if he had fallen, she would have thrown herself off after him.
It's your line. Shit, man. You can't die, John. Alright, sorry. That's a good one. You can't die. I'm good.
He's good, folks.
You can't die, John. You're the only one. The only one.
With that same incredible strength, she pulled him back up to the rooftop. Fortunately, she had left the knife behind when she lunged to catch him, but he was still anxious, being so close to her.
I'm not going to try to find the Coldplay song because I don't want to get Coldplay recommendations on all my fucking mixes now.
Okay.
No offense against Coldplay, just not my style.
John almost died. John, I love you. I won't let anything bad happen to you.
Ellipsis. See, folks, we said ellipsis right now. Yay! I felt so stupid because I was rewatching our episode, and the amount of time we say ellipses instead of ellipsis, I was like, oh,
Whatever,
God.
We said the plural form.
It ought to be ellipses. Ellipses?
Ellipses is plural, like vertices, axes.
No, but ellipsis is the three dots. Like, three dots is an ellipsis.
Yes.
So you can't. I mean, I guess I like. So saying ellipses was wrong, because ellipses is like an oval shape, like when a planet has that rotation. That's what an ellipses is. An ellipsis is the punctuation mark.
You know what? You are right. I'm gonna say ellipses now because it's too iconic.
No, we're switching to ellipsis. I cannot stand to hear it wrong now.
Listen. Which sounds better?
Ellipsis
Or
ellipses.
that sounds so much better.
Fine. Well, I'm saying ellipsis.
You can say it, but it's too iconic with Lizzie now.
Okay. Wow. The music.
Calm down.
Jesus Christ. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, dude, I'm literally just trying to read. It's like fucking blasting in my ears. I'm like, I'm literally just trying to read. Oh, listen to that. Boom. Okay, sorry. It was clear she was.
I knew.
Fucking. Okay.
That was the mallet across the string.
Yeah.
Last time.
Yeah. It was clear she was completely unstable, but was she actually dangerous? She seemed to care about him more than anything. Or was he just so pathetic that he latched onto anyone who showed him the slightest sign of affection? Yes, indeedy. Worthless. You'll keep your promise, right?
Of course.
Then tomorrow we'll go talk to someone. See if we can't get you some medication. Is that okay?
If that's what John wants, then of course it's okay.
Good. Then perhaps.
But I want more than that.
Ellipsis.
I love you, John. I told you over and over. Don't you love me too?
At least she was asking without that knife in her hand. But was there a good answer to that question? No, he had to think about it logically. She wanted him to answer yes, but that just might make things worse. The risk of saying no couldn't be ignored either, though. Let her down gently or cautiously say yes.
date Psycho Girl or have Psycho Girl kill us?
That's our choice.
Let's date Psycho Girl.
Yay!
Whee!
Lizzie, I don't know you very well yet, but despite all this, I think you're a good person.
No.
No, I'm awful. John is just being kind. And not answering the question.
I want to get to know you better, Lizzie. Maybe then I could love you.
Ah, he said it!
John desperately hoped that wasn't a mistake. He hoped this all wasn't a mistake. But he hadn't been stabbed yet, and after how today had gone, that was good enough for him. Then maybe I'll see you later, okay?
I'll be watching you, but yes, later.
You're not gonna do anything crazy?
No, John loves me. That's all that matters.
We both need to get to class. We'll talk tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
It's like the
We motion match.
no, well, it was just an...
Or we play.
It was we
Not
play.
we motion. I think we play.
It was in the first we play,
Yeah.
but the yeah,
Lookalikes.
lookalike.
Okay.
The rest of the day was even more of a blur than usual. Everyone's voices not echoing in his head. John could hardly believe what he had just done. It all seemed like a dream now. Had Lizzie really pulled a knife on him? Had he really threatened to jump off the school building?
Really?
It made him wonder if he wasn't the insane one, but
I
no.
don't think that was ever stated that he's like, I'm gonna jump off the building. I don't think that ever happened.
He did jump off the building. That's why she had to catch him.
No, he tripped.
Oh,
He was stepping down and he tripped.
Yeah, he did trip, didn't he? But no, it had really happened. For better or for worse, he was stuck in this situation. Only when he was headed to bed did John realize that he felt strangely alive, even better than after his therapy sessions. Maybe it was the brush with death. Maybe it was just having something to think about other than his pathetic existence. But he felt almost good. Whoa! Maybe that meant he was crazy too. But right now, he was just glad to sleep soundly. And definitely not have a psychotic, insane, mental girl staring at him through his window while he sleeps. In the morning, it all seemed even more unbelievable. John sleepwalked through his routine, half certain that he would find out it had all been a dream. But when he arrived at school, he found Lizzie waiting for him by the school entrance. She looked like she could have been waiting there the entire night. When she saw him, though, her face lit up.
John, you're finally here. I've been waiting so long.
Good morning.
Yes, it's a wonderful morning. I spent so long, too nervous to talk to you, afraid that you would hate me, but we had such a nice talk. Now I'm barely nervous at all.
Oh, okay, damn.
Yeah, she got some actual dialogue now.
I'm about to give her a life story, apparently.
But my heart, it still goes crazy every time you get near, John.
Ellipsis.
Isn't it horrible that we have to be in different classes? Lovers shouldn't be separated like this. Will you eat lunch with me today? Please, won't you?
She could sound so adorable. Normally, he'd be happy to have a girl like her asking to eat lunch together, but sure, on the roof again?
No, there might be unkind people there, and you might feel sad again. No, I have the perfect place.
Where is it?
That's a secret. I'll show you at lunchtime.
He wasn't really sure how to feel about that. For once, John had something to look forward to. Or dread. He wasn't sure. The minutes seemed to crawl by until it was finally lunchtime. When he went looking for Lizzie, he discovered that she was waiting behind him, completely silent, watching him. Hi, Lizzie.
Let's go! We don't need to go to the cafeteria. This way.
She practically dragged him away from the school and onto one of the paths in the nearby forest. Soon they got far enough that they didn't hear any sounds from the school. It's always a good sign.
Here is perfect. Just perfect.
Lizzie faced away from him, giving a soft little laugh. Then suddenly she whirled around, thrusting something toward him. A lunchbox.
I worked really hard on this. You have to eat it. You have to.
You have to. Okay, thanks, Lizzie. She gave it little squeal and promptly sat down on a small rock. It seemed she had a second lunchbox of her own, but she kept it on her lap until he opened his. John was braced for a horror show, but to his surprise, it was just normal food. It actually looked pretty good. He took a bite, and it tasted good too. John realized that Lizzie was staring at him intensely, as if her life was on the line, so he smiled at her. It's really good.
Yay! I worked so hard on it!
So, do you want to just eat together, or?
This is a date, isn't it? We should get to know each other more. I want to know everything about you.
Well, I'm nothing special.
That's not true.
Let me see, what to say. Despite himself, John found it easy to talk to her. I love the fucking change in music.
What?
What?
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. Stop saying what. You're distracting me.
But it's a let's play. I have to talk.
Let me cook.
Some magic is happening over here, folks. I don't know what he's doing.
Fuck it. What am I trying to think of? The music reminds me of something.
Skylander's dating sim?
You're not gonna help because you're not gonna have any idea what I'm trying to think of. At least I don't think so. What the? Just
Okay.
it'll come to me later, and I'll just blurt it out randomly. Sorry. Let's get
Anyway,
on with it.
what I was gonna say is that I love the change in music from like dun 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 to like just fucking complete change. Alright, despite himself, John found it easy to talk to her. He was sure he was sounding like an idiot, rambling about stupid, mundane topics, yet she listened to every word with rapt attention. It was bizarre to have someone actually care about his life. His father never had time, his friends were busy with their own things. Mrs. Smythe was just listening professionally, but Lizzie cared. He knew that she wasn't well, that her obsession was probably a sickness, yet a pathetic part of him didn't care. He was just happy to have someone paying attention to him. Only after talking for a long time did he realize that he's talking about himself like a self-centered jerk. He didn't seem to mind, but he still felt guilty. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. I can do that sometimes.
It's just like general fantasy music. That's what I'm just thinking of. I think I'm just thinking of that. There's like, what's this fantasy music?
Yeah.
Oh, don't apologize. I like listening to you talk.
It's been pretty boring, though. I mean, you already know a lot about me.
I want to know everything about you. I've been watching you a long time. I know all the facts, but I still don't know everything.
I only searched you up on Google and learned everything about you.
I can't see inside your head. That's where the important parts of John are, but I can't see them.
Let me crawl inside you and look inside your brain.
You got worms in your brain.
You got worms in your brain.
I wish there was a way to crack your head open. See all
Wow,
the
that
facts
is
inside.
exactly what she said, too. John swallowed uncomfortably. You can always just ask me what I'm thinking, okay?
Okay, you're so nice, John.
Okay. Dot.
Ellipses.
So, Lizzie, tell me about yourself.
Oh, there's nothing to tell. I'm not important. I just want to listen to you more.
This seems like a healthy relationship.
Parasocial.
Seems not one-sided at all. Yes, but if I want to know more about you, don't you want to tell me more?
Ah, John is so kind. I don't deserve him.
No shit. So, what about your parents?
I live alone now. Neither of my parents wanted me anyway.
Sounds like a healthy child. I'm sure that's not true. They probably
Trauma! You don't have to make me feel better. I don't mind.
Trauma bomb! He just like calls that out. You don't mind that your parents...
My father never loved me anyway, and my mother's dead now.
Wow, we have so much in common!
Ellipses.
My parents separated too. They never made it formal, but yeah, they're separated. Mom doesn't like to visit, and Dad is always at work, so it's not like he's really there.
You mean they just leave you alone? How horrible! How dare they just leave you like that?
I should kill them! Clubs. Are you in any after-school clubs? When he wasn't pulling the conversation away from troubling topics, John actually found himself enjoying their talk. Or maybe he was just happy to be talking to someone and actually managing to pay attention to the conversation. He finished every bite of the lunch without thinking about it, given the way she stared at the last crumbs while he finished them. That was probably a good thing. Too late, it occurred to him that she might have tampered with the lunch. Yet as she stared at him, so pleased that he had enjoyed it, John couldn't believe that she would do anything bad to him. As soon as he had that thought, he remembered the tree and shivered involuntarily. After school, John had barely... we're back. John had barely gotten out the door when he spotted Lizzie following him. It seemed as though she was stalking him at first, but when he made eye contact, she gave him a sweet smile and skipped forward.
John, let's walk home together.
Do we live in the same direction?
No, but don't worry. I'll walk back to my house later.
Which meant she did know where he lived. He really needed to be more cautious. Maybe we could do something else. You remember our promise? I'm actually halfway through this. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't give him the Game Grumps
I was gonna say,
protagonist
you totally
voice.
should.
Maybe we could do something together. I don't know if I want to switch it now because I'm already like halfway in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll just keep with the regular voice. You remember our promise?
Yes!
Getting medicine and therapy has really helped me a lot. I hope it will help you too.
From like the other like hour and like 20 minutes or something we've played of this, it didn't seem like it was helping. You're like, it's not working. The meds aren't working. I marked a bunch of pencils down. Everything sucks.
Thanks for knocking down all my pencils. Really helpful.
Sorry. I didn't know there was a box of pencils there.
Just knocking down my box of pencils.
Why do you have a random box of pencils?
I like number 2 pencils.
You fucking pencil user.
All these kids using their mechanical pencils.
No, fuck.
They don't know how to.
Pencils.
They don't know how to use number 2 pencils anymore.
Pens are where it's at.
These damn kids, they took their nerves. They took their nerves.
Like fucking
No, it's from South Park. The nobody took her nerves. Nobody took her nerves.
What?
There was a South Park 25th anniversary concert, and Troy Parker pulled his daughter up to the stage, and he's like, "The Joe Biden took your nerve," and her daughter is like, I don't know, and he's like, come on, little girl, the Joe Biden took your nerve," and his daughter went, "Joe Biden took your nerve," and the crowd went, "Whoa!"
What the fuck?
It's really awesome. I mean, it's obviously like he did
Troy
it.
Baker's so fucking.
Trey Baker. Who the fuck is Trey Baker?
I said Troy Baker.
Troy Baker.
Is that? Am I?
Parker.
Trey. I'm mixing up fucking Naughty Dog.
I said his name.
I'm mixing up the guy from Naughty Dog.
Sounds
Trey
like Joe.
Parker.
Sounds like Joe Biden took her
There's Troy Baker.
I mean,
who
it's
is
obviously.
Naughty Dog,
I mean,
and
it's
then
obviously.
Trey Parker is South Park.
It's obviously satire. I would be highly surprised if a Republican watched South Park.
Well, yeah.
There's no fucking way. But yeah. So anyway, now I think the easiest thing to do would be to take you to Miss Smythe. She could.
No!
Damn.
No, I hate her! She's awful and she wants to take you away from me.
Wait a second. Now that's not true. She just wants the help.
John is too nice. He can't see what kind of person she is. I have to protect him.
Whoa, Lizzie. Whoa. Lizzie.
Yo, what the?
Bro, what the? Lizzie, wait. Calm down. If you don't want to talk to Miss Smythe, we can do something else, alright?
Okay.
So probably best not to choose a woman. There had to be male koi tech pharmacists in town. Maybe one of them could prescribe something. But he really wasn't sure how that worked. He had been counting on Miss Smythe to guide the process, but now he'd have to figure that out himself. Lizzie, I need to do a little research first. Is that okay?
Okay, I'll follow you.
Maybe it would be easier if I did it myself.
No, I don't like that idea.
I'll see you tomorrow, okay? You can bring another lunch.
Okay, see you tomorrow, John.
Did you pick up all the pencils? Yeah. Okay, good. Alright, sorry for the pencil fiasco, folks. He hoped that medication would help her stabilize. After all, she'd be cute if... Why exactly was he doing this? Maybe he had told himself if it was... He had told himself it was to help her and make sure no one got hurt, but now he was hoping she would become normal and stay with him. Pathetic. He couldn't get a girlfriend normally, and so he had to take advantage of some poor girl's obsession. Ellipsis. Real. For now, it didn't matter. She really did need help, and he might be able to get her to do it. It was just a question of how. Dude, John can fix her, though. John can fix her. She's just broken. He can fix her.
Just like the fucking trolls and Frozen said. She's a bit of a fixer-upper.
Yeah, she's
am I
just-
right.
She's just a bit of a fixer-upper, guys. I'm just gonna move these pencils just in case.
You knock over a box of pencils once, and everyone's like, "Oh, don't let Eva near the pencils."
Yeah, you know. I went to college. Does everyone call me a college student? No. You help donate to charity. Does everyone call you a charity donator? No. But you fuck one goat. Anyway, for now it didn't matter. She really did need help. I already said that. It's my bad. The best way was probably to ask for advice, either from Miss Smythe or a pharmacist. He could try to research some himself, though he doubted he'd be any good at it, and he supposed it wouldn't hurt to ask her if she was taking anything else or had allergies or something. Damn it, he should have done that earlier. Now it was too late to... Ellipsis. John realized that she was still following him. He shouldn't have been surprised. Okay, so asking her...
said she was going to. I got it.
Okay, so asking her was still an option, but he had only so much time before he had to get home and do schoolwork, so he needed to choose carefully. Okay, I think if I remember correctly, this is like a huge decision in the game, like a huge decision.
Yeah.
So, what's our choice? Talk to Miss Smythe, talk to a therapist, research in the library, talk to Lizzie, go home early.
What talk to Lizzie is like we're gonna ask her about like what else she's not like if she's taking anything else or any allergies.
I think so.
Well, see, responsibly that'd probably be the right thing to do. But let's go with that.
Talk to Lizzie?
Yeah.
John walked along the street until he was sure that Lizzie was slinking after him. Then he turned and waved at her. She waved back.
Hi, John. Did you change your mind? Can we go home together? I knew you.
No, I just wanted to check with you. Are you taking any medication right now? Have you had any bad reactions in the past?
Oh no, I've never taken anything. My mother always looked. My mother always.
Sorry.
Would you like to buy a vowel?
Yes.
My mother always took too many drugs. It scared me when I was little.
I see. Are you sure you're really alright taking medication now, then?
Aw, John is so considerate. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I see you take your medication every day to try to get better. I want to be like you.
Okay, good. I hope it will help.
I'll take anything you give me, John.
That is
That's not a good mentality.
That is a great sentence to describe her entire mentality.
Yeah. It's not a good mentality.
If you gave me cocaine, I'd snort that shit up.
Stepping out onto the street, John glanced at his watch and decided he had some more time to research his options. Oh, I guess we have some more. Okay, so
cool. She's not taking anything, so I feel like if we talk to Miss Smythe, she's gonna fucking kill her. I would say pharmacist.
Smythe? Okay. Smythe?
Fine.
No. Smythe? I'm just kidding. If you want the pharmacist.
You can do Smythe.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna go for. I just don't want Lizzie to fucking kill her.
John headed back to school and discovered that Smythe was still in her office. She always put in long hours. For a moment, he saw her at her desk before she had seen him. She looked older, more tired, just staring at the papers in front of her as she worked through them. When she spotted him, though, she immediately flashed a smile. Hello, John. Did you forget something? No, I was just wondering if you could help me with something. I know a person who seems to need some medical help, but it would really be easiest if they came in to see me. I'm afraid one of the issues is paranoia, I guess. I don't think they'd be willing to do that, but I'd like to help. Well, it's dangerous to diagnose someone indirectly, but if you describe them, I can at least give you some basic advice. John described Lizzie's worrying behavior as best he could without identifying her. He wasn't sure why he was so careful, maybe because she might come after him with a knife if he said too much. When he finished, Miss Smythe nodded thoughtfully. It does sound like a serious case. You'd want to get a blood test done in case there's some serious chemical imbalance. Do you think there are any drugs that could help? Koitek has a line of very powerful new drugs that could certainly help, but the question is which one would be appropriate. I get a sense that there's a fixation to it. I wish they'd finished developing Eroizepam. It sounds like a fucking weird ass. I was like, this sounds like a weird ass Disney character or some shit.
It sounds like it's like Homestar and Homestar. There's marzipan and Eroizepam.
But I guess it's too early for that. No, I suggest one of two choices. These are fucking
Nihilism and Yandequel.
and I'm trying to think of like a dumbass and
Yoda
and Yandalorian prequel.
And Japanese.
Japanese. I've never heard of either of those before.
Exactly.
They wouldn't be at all appropriate for treating your condition, or most conditions, honestly. They're very experimental. Yandalorian, yeah, what is it you said?
Japanese.
Yakaroni and cheese is a sedative and antipsychotic, while nihilism promotes focus and clearer thinking.
That doesn't seem like either would. Well, actually,
nihilism does promote clearer thinking.
Yeah. No, I was like, wait, no, nihilism, no, but Japanese, it.
Japanese. I'm not sure which one would be right. A decision like that should really be made by a medical professional. Are you sure I can't help directly? No, it will be fine. Thanks, Miss Smythe. Okay, I think we still have options. It was getting late, and John realized he needed to get home quickly if he was to have time for his homework. On his way back, he made sure that Lizzie was following him, but couldn't get a clear look at her. At least it was one more day until the weekend. Oh no, I think that was our choice. Oh. Sorry, I was hoping we could do the pharmacist thing.
Miss Smythe might die.
Friday.
Some of you might die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to take.
Willing to make. Friday passed faster than John had expected. Lizzie was nearby at all times, and they ate lunch together, but things were almost normal. Almost. Just when he started to get comfortable, she would give him a giggle that went on a little too long, or slide a hand toward where she hid her knife, or respond far more enthusiastically than she should. Was it bad of him to think she was really cute despite all that? She would be nice if she wasn't so, well, Lizzie.
Psychosocial.
But John hated it when his friends suggested he could be more fun if he wasn't depressed, and that thought left an ugly knot in his stomach. Well, it wasn't long now. Maybe she could get some real help. He made it through his last class, almost slept through a session with Miss Smythe, then headed home.
And now that we're at home, she goes and kills Miss Smythe, and then the next day she's fucking dead. Bet on it.
Okay. I honestly don't remember, so I can't even give a sly smile like I know.
Win fucking to you. That's what happens.
John finished his homework and chores as fast as he could and went to sleep. Going out in public always drained him, and he wanted to have enough energy for the weekend. He woke up too early, eyes gritty and head still mired in half remembered dreams. John got up to get a drink and happened to glance out the window. Lizzie was standing outside his house with a huge smile on her face.
And blood.
After staring at her for a moment, John groaned and went back to bed. The second time he woke up, the sun had already risen. He felt a little better, but not much. Normally he would stay home all weekend, but he couldn't do that himself if he wanted to help Lizzie. She was still standing outside his house in exactly the same place with exactly the same cheerful expression.
Okay, Of everything she's done, that's the creepiest. That's the scariest. That she's just in the same fucking spot with the same expression, like a goddamn statue. That's scary.
John brushed his teeth, got dressed, combed his hair. He realized that he was acting like he was getting ready for a date. True, he had sort of accepted her confession. John decided that was just what he'd have to deal with now if he wanted to have a connection with her. Well, at least he was going to go out with a cute girl. He hadn't done that since middle school, and those are childish relationships. Man, I keep yawning. I'm not even tired. Of course, this was the only way he could get a date. Pathetic. Damn! Finishing his preparations, John headed outside. He hadn't noticed from his house, but Lizzie had gotten dressed up for the occasion. He'd never seen her outside her school uniform, and it made him hesitate for a moment. She'd obviously put effort into making herself look good, and she did. It would have been nice, if not for how it made him worry about the level of importance she was attaching to this day. As soon as Lizzie saw him, her smile became even brighter than it had been while waiting.
John, I'm ready!
Good morning, Lizzie. Did you sleep alright?
Oh, I didn't sleep. Let's go!
Oh, I didn't sleep.
Yeah, I was just standing like this, outside your window the whole night. Just watching. ...
She practically dragged him down the street, apparently heading for the bus station. Yet instead of looking forward, her gaze was fixed behind her on him.
Do you have a plan, John? This is our first date. It needs to be perfect.
Shit. He should have known she'd treat him this way. It wasn't like he hadn't had enough time. He used to be good at planning. What was wrong with him? Other than clinical depression. God, he was such a mess. Alright, he had to think. He used to be able to think on his feet. He could do this. So, I want to deal with medication issue first so the rest of the day can be fun, right?
Sure, whatever you want.
If we get a blood test, we'll need to wait a while. I was thinking we could get the test first, then eat breakfast, then get the results. That should give us the entire rest of the day.
That's such a great plan. Let's hurry.
John was glad to hear her respond so happily, but wondered if she would have said that no matter what he told her. I'm gonna stab you in the face, and then give you a hickey, and then I'm gonna give you AIDS, and then I'm gonna punch you in the face repeatedly. Okay. They took a bus across town to the furthest pharmacy and ordered a standard cortex sampling. Then you're gonna get a tramp stamp. Then you're gonna get some boob reductions. He'd been nervous that Lizzie might react poorly to the needle, but she just smiled sweetly at him while they took a bit of her blood, then hopped back up.
That's also really creepy.
Look, the Band-Aid has little kitties on it. It's so cute.
You want to eat something now, then?
Yes.
Tilde! Exclamation point! They walked to a nearby bakery, and he bought them a pair of pastries. One of the only advantages of his workaholic father was that he at least had a decent amount of spending money. Lizzie held hers in both hands and began cheerfully nibbling on the end of it. She stared at him while she was doing it, but otherwise she looked ordinarily cute instead of scarily cute.
Nom nom nom.
I will take either or. Scarily cute or normally cute. I'll take either. Haha, I didn't know you could act silly.
Hee hee. I don't hear you laugh very often. Usually you look so sad, and that makes me sad too, you fucking depressed motherfucker.
Stop being so depressed, you piece of shit. And like that, his good mood crumpled. I know, I'm always ruining everything. I don't know why everyone else stays near me when I just... No! Lizzie took his pastry and stuffed it in his mouth to shut him up.
You're not depressing at all, John. Just being around you makes me feel warm inside. Sorry, you couldn't see that.
Warm inside.
Oh, right. Okay, get it out of my face, man.
I put the microphone in his face.
I just want to see you smile more. When you smile, I feel like maybe everything will be alright.
Take some time.
His attempt to talk around the pastry made Lizzie giggle, which made him laugh, which just set off a vicious cycle. After a bit of coughing, he had lost half his pastry but regained his good mood. It had been a long time since an emotional downturn hadn't sent him spiraling towards depression. Lizzie grinned at him and he smiled back at her. All at once he felt guilty for trying to convince her to take medication. Who was he to tell her what to do? Worse, was he manipulating her obsession like this, it was only to help her, but did that make it any better?
Oh shit, there's a whole another layer. Not only is it being so depressed that you just take any random girl who's kind of a fucking psycho to be with, but it's also that now he's like second guessing himself and thinking he's being manipulative towards her. It just gets worse.
The thoughts troubled him, but they remained in the back of his mind as they finished eating, talking lightly. But then they were finished, and it had been a while since the test. It was time to go back. Let's go get the results, okay?
Will John think differently about me?
No, I just wanted to find a way to help you, okay?
Okay.
She answered cheerfully, but something in the lightheartedness they had shared was gone, and it wasn't coming back. Swallowing, John steeled himself and walked with her back to the pharmacy. Lizzie slowed near the entrance, then shuffled backwards.
I'll stay here. You can bring me what I need, okay?
Okay, no problem. Inside, he found the pharmacist writing something on a clipboard. When he spotted John, he immediately frowned. You're alone? I suppose that's for the best. Anyway, we need to talk. Is something wrong? She's not sick, is she? It isn't that kind of test. It only takes a snapshot of a person's current condition. Is your friend going through a difficult time right now? Well, I mean, maybe a little. These are some extraordinary numbers. Most people only see those briefly, during the worst days of their lives. Take care of her until things pass, alright? Okay. There's something else I have to ask. It won't be comfortable, but it's necessary. Have you ever gotten any sense that she might hurt herself for someone else?
Oh
No, what? What? No!
How dare you? Blasphemy!
How dare you, good sir?
Seize him!
No, I can't imagine her doing anything like that. His eyes are shifting back and forth.
It's like,
Don't say it. Don't say it on here.
yeah, I won't.
Okay.
Because I think you knew what I was gonna say, but yeah, I won't. Wasn't me.
The lie was out of her mouth before she had consciously decided to lie. John regretted it immediately, yet now it was too late to contradict himself. The pharmacist grunted and looked over his papers. Well, keep a close eye on her. Even the gentlest person can be capable of violence under conditions like these. Is it really that bad? I thought she'd
sounds like
seen
she's
better lately.
Under pressure.
No, there must be some recent trauma she hasn't told you about. I'm certain of it. I mean, someone with numbers like these regularly, they would be completely incurable, insane, probably indefinitely a threat to society.
Sounds like they need to lock her in a room.
Dude, this guy sounds like...
room with rats.
Yeah.
She might be crazy. Crazy?
Dude,
She was
this
crazy.
this pharmacist sounds like he doesn't know anything about Lizzie. Clearly, he doesn't know Lizzie as well as we do.
Lizzie, crazy? I think you're crazy, bud.
Yeah. Ellipsis. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply anything. I'm sure she'll work through things and go back to normal soon. Except,
Newsflash, buddy, she's totally normal.
I didn't mean to imply anything, but your girlfriend should definitely be in an insane asylum. Like, I'm talking Arkham levels of insane, but I'm not trying to imply anything. So, can he prescribe anything? I can give you 2 weeks of either poopy butthole or shit in a magazine.
Yeah,
That should get her.
nihilism.
That should get her over the rough patch. I'm just fucking gonna say whatever random words come to my head when I see those words.
Okay.
I'm not pronouncing them. Just 2 weeks? Can't you prescribe more? Not without much more extensive evaluation, but like I said, that's all you'll need. I'm sure she'll recover soon. ... I really should be asking her directly, but in her present condition, I think it'd be safer to bend the rules and let you act like a family member. So which
Why'd you randomly went like
family
New York
member?
family member?
That's how I've been doing his accent the whole time.
But you just randomly like went and act like a family member.
You're fine. I'll just go full New York, Los Angeles, Miami, New Yorker. Fuck you. So which one of these do you think would be the best
Okay,
for?
now you're more like Gilbert Godfrey.
Which one of these do you think would be best for?
Yandaquel.
That was not
That
Gilbert.
wasn't-
That
no.
wasn't Gilbert Godfrey.
It wasn't.
I meant what?
apologize.
No, I meant what I said before. But
But when I just did it, it wasn't very good. Yandaquel.
2 weeks of Yanniquel coming up. Try to help her rest, okay? Yeah, okay. Heading outside, John handed the bag to Lizzie. He had pushed pretty hard to get to this point, but he would never force her to take the medication. His father had used to talk like he didn't have a choice about depression medication, practically threatened to force feed him. John refused to do that to anyone else. But Lizzie didn't make it an issue. Okay, alright, man. Sorry. But Lizzie didn't make an issue of it at all. Smiling at him, she opened the bag, shook out one of the pills, and swallowed it without even taking a drink. She'd given the label a careful look, though.
Okay, I hope you can love me now, John.
Lizzie, no, I never meant anything like that. Please don't.
That didn't taste bad at all. So we can go on with our date now, John, can we?
He wanted to go back to what he said, reassure her that he meant nothing wrong by it, but his words stuck in his mouth. Maybe on some level he did mean to force her. Maybe he was repeating everything that had been done to him.
No, you just don't want to get fucking killed by psycho bitch.
But with Lizzie smiling at him like that, he couldn't fall too far into depression. Instead, John smiled back and gestured for her to follow. Without any great ideas, I would love to watch a therapist react to this game. I wonder if I could find a playthrough of a therapist reacting to this game. I'm really interested. Without any great ideas, John thought they should go to the park. Their town had a pretty nice park, and it was usually empty this day. Wait a minute. I feel like I've seen this exact background used in Doki Doki Literature Club mods. Like, I mean, it's not like this unsaturated. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot more brighter, but I think this is like, I've definitely seen this exact like background, because they have like a lot of like, oh, Sayori and MC go to the park scenes.
I guarantee you there's probably like some websites that have like just are like visual novel backgrounds.
That might be it too. You might be right. It's probably true. Without any great ideas, John thought they should go to the park. Their town had a pretty nice park, and it was usually empty this time of day. His friends always said that a movie would be the best first date. But
no, that's fucking the awful first date, because then you don't get to talk to your date if you're watching a movie.
Yeah,
everyone knows that.
That is a terrible first date. You should watch a movie when you've already been with the person for a while, because then
dinner is the best. Talk to them over dinner.
Once you get to know someone, like just being, when you can have a conversation just by being silent, that is great. Mm-hmm. Which is why a movie is a later date, not a first date.
A movie is like a third or fourth date, because then you also get to see how they are during movies, and that could be like that could send off red flags.
Well, me and you are both MST3K when we're watching a movie. We just like comment on everything. We're like, what the fuck? That's a dumb. I remember like everyone got mad at us during Wonder Woman 1984.
Oh my god, we were so shitty on that movie.
We were absolutely diarrhea barfing all over that fucking movie the whole time. But he suspected they would mostly want to try to cop a feel. Besides, I don't know a single person who would ever do that.
That's not the right phrase to use there. Like, get a feel for, not cop a feel.
Besides, he was worried Lizzie would end up watching him instead of the movie. I think he's saying a movie is like, oh, my dick's in the popcorn bucket, or like, try and like snuggle up to him and touch their boob. I think he's saying that like a first movie date is like because they just want to touch the girl or something. I don't know. That's just what I got from it. I don't. Besides, he was worried Lizzie would end up watching him instead of the movie. In the park, Lizzie happily skipped along the path, often looking back to him, but at least looking at a lot of other things. As he watched, he realized that she was definitely more stable than usual. She stayed cheerful and sweet without any threat to violence. Could it really be the Yondaquil? With him, the Paxatine had taken weeks to work, and whether or not it actually helped had been really unclear. Then again, Lizzie was her own case.
Placebo effect.
Of course, it took more than medicine to cure a serious condition. He knew that all too well. As Miss Smythe had said, therapy was also an important component of recovery. Hers had certainly helped him a lot. The third main component was a social support network, and there he completely failed to take her advice. He still spent most of his time alone or in meaningless old relationships.
Womp womp.
I live life on a womp to womp basis. But hey, now he was walking in a park with a girl his age. Maybe things were looking up.
What do you mean, girl his age? Why is that? Why you had to say that specifically? What that mean? Hey, yo, what the?
I don't think that's what he meant.
That's like such a random thing to mention. Now he's walking around with a girl his age. Like,
I think
I don't
he
know,
meant
that's
like
just-
he's not walking with like a therapist or like a mother or like a relative. Like he's talking to a girl in his age group.
okay, and
I don't think he's implying that he's
I
being like,
feel-
I'm totally not a pedophile, guys. Hands in the air waving.
No. Hold on. But it's like, okay, I know he's like super fucking depressed and all that shit, but like, it's, I don't know. To me, it was just really odd to specifically mention that, and like,
I think you're looking way too deeply into this one detail.
I don't know. It seems really random.
Like if your parents bring someone over and they have, it's like, oh, I have my friend coming over, oh, and she has kids that are your age. It's like they're your age. That's all they're saying.
No, it's different. That's different.
And for once in his life, things went his way. Lizzie was happy to eat fast food for lunch and didn't even try to feed him anything. Afterward, it was pretty much out of plans, and Lizzie didn't want to stop. Fortunately, she was happy to drag him around to see random things. In a way, he is grateful for that. He had spent all his energy for making decisions during the morning. It was easy to just glide along in her wake.
Oh, never mind. You said it right.
And that way, she was a good match for him. When the sun started setting, John was actually surprised how the day really passed that quickly. He could barely drag himself through a lot of weekends. This was a welcome change.
Holy shit! Is that a John?
With a girl. Hey guys. Oh,
new one. Okay, hold on. I haven't gotten a new voice in a while.
I was gonna do MC voice for him. But it's up to you.
Is that crazy chick you told me about?
Why is he Mexican?
Fine. Do you want what?
Whatever. I don't care. Oh yeah, that's definitely her. Are you that desperate, John?
Give it a how so much of a sad sack he's been lately. I'm pretty sure he is. He's
Do you have any girlfriends?
Do any of you have?
Do any of you have girlfriends?
Ellipses.
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 You guys talk so much shit. Just leave Lizzie out of it, okay? Oh, fuck you, John. If she isn't crazy, you could never get a girl as cute as her. Oh, sorry.
She is pretty hot. I don't get why she's with you.
Yeah, this doesn't really make any sense.
Aw, Jansa, are you going to cry? Better not, sir, or she's realize how pathetic you are.
His positive mood was completely gone. He knew he should check to see how Lizzie was taking the mocking. I don't think Lizzie's taking it too well. Lizzie was
like fucking Uncle Ruckus sleep.
But it was the most he could do not to fall into a mire of self-hatred. As always, he felt like he should be stronger than this, less emotionally fragile, and that just added to his self-hatred. If it had been anyone else, he might have crashed completely, but he knew these guys, and he was at least familiar with their attitudes. John pulled himself together and faked a smile at them. Sounds like sour grapes to me. You all? Sour grapes. I got them sour grapes.
Oh, yes, you do.
You all have fun with each other, okay? Come on, Lizzie, let's get out of here. They scoffed, but he didn't care. Taking her hand, he walked as fast as he dared out of the alleyway. When they were a safe distance away, he finally glanced at Lizzie and shivered. Her eyes were staring.
That was just like Silent Hill.
Her eyes were staring intensely at nothing, and she was gnawing at one knuckle. Was there blood running down her finger? Abruptly, she squeezed his hand, then swept both her hands. Then swept both her hands behind her back and smiled at him.
That was really sweet of you, John. You're always so nice.
Don't let those guys bother you. They just say a lot of stuff, but it doesn't mean anything. It especially won't mean anything when you murder them viciously in their sleep.
Ellipses.
No, she's got a creepy face on here, dude.
Ellipses.
There you go. You might, I don't know if well, I'll probably pick it up. Is your finger okay? It looked like,
I'm okay, John. Don't worry.
well, should we keep going?
Okay.
But they hadn't gotten far before John realized that he couldn't follow up on that. He had pulled himself together long enough to walk away, but he had nothing left. It was all too much. He wasn't usually outside in public this much, and though being with Lizzie wasn't too bad, he wasn't stable enough for this much interaction.
John, are you okay?
I'm tired. I think I need to go home.
Is something wrong? Did I do something wrong?
He could hear the tremor in her voice, knew she needed affirmation, but the apathy was choking him to death. He had no energy for anyone else, no energy for anything but getting back home, curling up and wishing he was dead. What?
It was just like a hair hanging off her chin.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thanks for interrupting our video for that. Somehow he said goodbye, found the bus, and got all the way back home. The events passed like he was suffocating in gauze. Thank you. The world around him too unreal to have any effect. Maybe he should have reassured Lizzie, but it didn't matter. He was an idiot for thinking he could help her. Nothing he did mattered. Alright, I think I'm gonna say we end it there. We'll see you next time on the Council of Goatmen. So thank you for joining us. I'm just gonna save it here. Yes, indeedy. And we'll see you next time on the Council of Goatmen. Bye, everybody.
Bye.